Modern life is a disease, and we're going to eradicate it from this earth. Before we go on this walk tonight, let me ask you a question. Can you continue to live your life the way that you're living it now for many years to come? Are you still living your life the same way in a post-2020 society? I need you to reflect on that. Many people have implemented changes in their everyday life, and they started to expand their consciousness and learn about true wellness when it comes to life and longevity and how to authentically live. Well, modern life is a disease, and it's time to take back control of our everyday lives. Hello everyone, I am Michael, and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. And that's what we're on. We're on an evolutionary journey. Tonight I'm spending time out in nature. And many people, they don't have time for nature anymore. Most people in the modern life, they're too busy all day long. They're too busy going to work, working 40, 50-hour days. They put the rubber soles on. They go to the cubicle. They actually suffer from something called nature's deficit disorder. Tonight, as I'm standing out here, I'm grounding. I'm allowing negative ions of the planet to course through my body. And most people don't get to do this on a regular basis. Many people, they're rushed all day long, so they have to rush down food into their system. And this food in their system, it's actually destroying the systems of the body. It's actually not food, but it's loaded with toxins and chemicals. And all of the systems of the body, they're dysregulated. And there are many things even besides the food. What's the music that you listen to? What is the type of music that they pump out on the mainstream? Most of this music is tuned to A440 hertz frequency. We should be in tune with the core creative frequencies. As I'm out here in nature, that's 432 hertz frequency. You know, the natural frequencies, the miracle tone of 528 hertz frequency that resonates within our DNA, which is coiled like the Tesla coil. You know, you live a modern life and you were taught to have a belief system. And for example, you thought that DNA, it just had junk DNA, but it's actually responsible for light and sound reception and transmission. And epigenetics, meaning above genetics, your surroundings and the food that you eat is going to dictate your health, your wellness, your mental state. And a lot of people don't have a strong mental state. It's really social media. It's really, what you're programmed. And 95% of your life, you're running off these subconscious programs, and the mental state is not good. It's not good, staying inside all day. It's not good being out of the sun. And so many people, they're so busy and they try to make ends meet. A lot of the world, and it is calling for a total reset. Over the course of my journey, I implemented a total reset, and I recalibrated all of my systems, all right? And I reset my body for optimal health. And it goes beyond just food. It goes beyond exercise. Tonight, as we walk the front line, some people, they go in the gym and they have their rubber soles on and they do the Matrix life, and they walk on the treadmill, right? Like robots, like NPCs on a treadmill. And I'm here to tell you tonight, that type of walking is not healing the body. It's not making you younger. All right, it's actually, you might burn some calories, but over the course of our life, we're going to learn when we start to eat properly, it's not just about calories. It's what you're consuming, all right, and the quality of the food. I've implemented many changes in my life over the past few years, and I eat very differently than I did in the past. Intermittent fasting is actually part of my everyday life now. And we're we're trained, we're programmed to eat breakfast. A lot of people, they're not even eating a healthy breakfast. Heck, they're drinking coffee filled with, sugars and sweeteners, and they're actually having more, calories, more poisons in that coffee than many people consume in an entire day. All right. On my journey, and many people have gotten aware of this, we should be moving in the rising and not, loading ourselves up, with sugars and donuts and, breads and cereals and, certain things that we were, oh, this has always been the way. Oh, this is always how we ate. This is the modern life. And it is the disease. It's the programs in the brain, how to live, what's important in life. Oh, I'm too busy. I'm too busy to go out in nature. I'm too busy to do these things. Something simple like this, and it's free to be out on the beach. It's free to be out in nature. It's more healing to the body than anything else. Your true wellness is not ever going to be found in something that you could, get in a pill, take this, take that. It's just a quick fix, right? And sometimes on our journey, we need to have these things, all right? Our journeys are not perfect, but when it comes to chronic, that's what we're talking about in this episode. What we're talking about is everyday life. And the number one cause of disease, the real disease in this world, is stress. Where do you find stress in your everyday life? A lot of people are stressed up at work. They're stressed. Am I going to get fired? Right? Am I producing enough, for the boss, for the company? And a lot of people, they woke up during the Great Resignation because their health and wellness was declining. And a lot of people, they were used for many years like a battery, a cog in the matrix, in the system. And then your boss, then your company laid you off, and you sacrificed things, and you maybe hurt the relationship you have with your wife. Right? Maybe you had to hurt the relationship, or you ruined the amount of time with your children. This is the time. These are the experiences that you could never go back to. So when you go about your journey and you're saying, what is the job actually bringing to me in my life? All right, what's really important in life? Is it the money? A lot of people, they're struggling to pay the bills. There's taxes on taxes, and the stress to make ends meet is getting worse and worse. This stress, all right, it's creating cortisol in the guts. In a modern society, they'll tell you, market the fat burner, take this, and all these other, shotties and thingies that you could put in your body to lose weight and lose fat. But the number one cause of all of this is the cortisol in the stress, all right? So all of the ways of the modern society, there's people that, they're still watching mainstream TV. They're loaded with stress. They're not eating properly. They're eating processed and refined foods with chemicals and toxins. That's stage one. But then I see people, when I go to the gym and all these other things, that people, they think they're being healthy, but they're really not. It's really rooted in the ego in the modern society. So you now see people that think that they're healthy, and you see women taking, these things to lose weight, and it's really not doing them any good. You see these guys, and it becomes in the ego, and they got to take more and more stuff to get bigger and bigger. And by the time they're 30, they're done, and your endocrine system is broken and finished. All of the systems of the body will be destroyed at an early age, which is not supposed to be. And if you're the divine masculine listening to me, your true life starts at 40. Period, the end. And this was done by design. When you go on your journey as a divine masculine, all right, you go about and you learn, and you become a builder and a teacher and a leader. And that's what I do daily. And in a modern society, they get people to be on a fake clock, and they rush into these relationships, and women fall for these weak beta males and simps. Certain men, they fall for the arm candy traps, and later in life you have men and women both suffering in their nervous system. You have men in a sick modern society where they'll lose half their pension or their home to the female covert narcissist after a marriage, right? So now when you do reach 40, right, you're broken down and it's too far late in the game, okay? There might be women, right, that you fell for it and you married the wrong person and your life went into a tailspin. And now we see 60-year-old women, and they're fine women, but they're working 40-hour weeks. Do you think, I need you to stop tonight, do you think your nervous system can handle working a 40-hour, 50-hour week when you're 60 years old? And women are getting younger and younger and looking finer and finer. But all of the quick fixes, that's never gonna satisfy you in the end, all right? So whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, the modern life is the disease, and it makes you sick. It makes you sick when it comes to stress, when it comes to cortisol, and think about how much you will build, how much time you will waste, and how much you will have to recover. When you go out in the world and you see everything is really backwards, and really the cheat code in life is doing the exact opposite whatever mainstream media tells you to do. If it tells you, that you need to have this type of job, this type of life, this type of relationship, get married by this age, so on and so forth, okay? We are moving forward. And you, the person that's getting this message, you don't fall for the traps, the pitfalls of society, what they tell you, what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to live your everyday life. And you're going to feel this by listening to your heart. A lot of people in a modern life, they listen to the TV and they listen to the cliques of society that tell them that this is a certain way, this is a certain path that you have to live. The music makes you sick. The food makes you sick. The lifestyle makes you sick, okay? The job makes you sick. The worthless fake relationships make you sick. On your journey, you have to realize today that the modern life is a disease, okay? And when you leave, you could literally leave it today, okay? And when you leave it today, and if you're making this decision, and I hope this video allows you to make the decision and take back control of your everyday life. You will have to go through pain. You will have to lose the job. You will have to lose the relationship. You will have to lose your identity, but your identity was programmed by the Matrix. The modern life is the disease, and we are the cure. It takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of guts to implement changes, and you listen to yourself and you say, wow, I feel so much better in the sun. I feel so much better under these circumstances. And time and time again, you go to that job, you go to that workplace, and you will feel this, and you're going to feel it in your gut. And your body is the tuning fork to telling you the truth. And a lot of people were programmed not to listen to their body, but to listen to people outside of them to tell them, what's for their health and wellness. Only you will be able to make that decision. Only you will be able to make the decision for the people, the relationships that are right for you in your everyday life. The Instagram, the social media of modern society is the disease, right? Where you have the modern woman on Instagram and OnlyFans, and now you got nothing left, okay? So on your journey, you have to realize everything carries a vibrational signature, and anything that's associated with the modern life in a modern society is the disease, I don't go out to the club. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do these things. I get up early in the rising because we rise every day. I get my work done. I train. I walk. And the natural body systems, as humans in our natural state, we're simply supposed to walk and have certain time periods where we really have to do some vigorous activities throughout the day. But we're not designed to sit there for 12 hours, right? Sit in the cubicle, and you're actually giving your bodily systems, the main system is your nervous system, the signal that this is a dying creature, okay? So you're gonna have to get up and move. And simply by walking and being out in nature, doing things that you just naturally love, and disconnecting from the mainstream sources of information. I hope everyone hears this tonight. What you consume is not only what you eat and drink. It's what you watch and what you listen to. And a lot of people watch programs. They're programming your subconscious mind where there's stress and there's also always constant fear of the future. Fear of the future is anxiety. And you're going to hold anxiety in your solar plexus. As I shared with many men, this ain't about abs, bro, all right? The intestinal health, your core health, all the inflammation must come out of the gut, all right? And it's not about the ego, it's not about the image. It might look good, but really that energy is the traumas that you're holding, the anxiety that you hold on a daily basis. It must leave the body. And anything that you watch, any type of situationship, any type of gaslighting can cause you. And, you know, when you constantly see this, and, you know, it happens for both men and women, they see this unreachable star and they see all this popularity on social media, and they think in their head, you know what, this is how I'm supposed to live. This is the only way that I could get ahead. All right. So tonight, I appreciate each and every one of you. If this message resonates with you, why don't you smash the like button and push this forward and let the world know that the modern life is the disease. And you could click the subscribe button and take the journey daily, 9 a.m. Eastern time, and become the greatest version of yourself. Healthy, wealthy, wise, purpose, relationship. That's what we do on this channel. A community of conscious creators, both men and women, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Okay? Not the modern woman, not the simps, not the betas. We get up today and we rise, and we are leaders and we're warriors. And when you live this way on a daily basis, then your life begins to change. There's a lot of people in the world, they try to start something and they never finish. None of these things happen overnight. It's consistency. And through your frequency, through your nervous system has been wired for so many years. Do you think to rewire that nervous system is going to happen overnight? You have to hold a new frequency. You're going to have to recalibrate yourself. And you're going to have to do this for a sustained period of time. The frequencies of nature, the frequencies of God, those are the love songs. That's the beauty of life. People that are programmed to the modern society are tuned into static. Get up today. And I hope that each and every one of you find strength in this message, because it does take strength to leave the modern life in the dust. And this fake world is turning to dust. Remember, light warriors, we're all on a journey, and we take the journey and we're learning on the way. And it is the journey of self-discovery and remembering. Oh yeah, baby. Remember who you are. Remember the power that you possess. And remember, we cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious that the modern life is the disease. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. Find us in the 5th dimension. Have a wonderful day living your everyday life. They told you you needed to live this way. They told you to fall in line. They told you to be a cog in the matrix. We're out here in the light of Christ tonight. I took my skills. We all are part of the modern life. We all learn and we fine-tune our skills in the matrix. And then we become the creator. And that's what I've done. And what we need to do as men We need to birth our creation, our ideas into the world. Never stop, never give in, just keep going. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. I love you all, and I'm grateful that I could be out here tonight, free from the matrix, free from the modern life. You want to come join? Come on out here. It's a lot of fun, very peaceful. It's time to take back control of your everyday life.